Welcome back to Spirit Music. Mike Burris here. Spirit Music Meetups. I can say it really fast, can you? Shine the light in the dark. We need to be the light. Right now there is a lot of darkness. We need to be the light. I'm going to share with you some light here that God's given me a real anointing for music, and I'm paying it forward. I'm pointing it out. I'm going to share it with you. We're in part 5, which is going through stick control, binary, groups of 2, right, left, left, left. These are all groups of 2, whether it's 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever. And we're in steady time counting. Okay, so, you know, stroke groups, just like rudiments, they're just groups of strokes. Just groups of strokes. In order to use that in music, you really have to give it different countings, you know, apply it to notes. And those really are what I call rhythm words. Just like these are stroke words, a word is an idea or a thought, right? It's a group of letters to create an idea or a thought. So I really view that as a group of strokes. So it's a word. It's conveying an idea or thought. But you need to give it some kind of counting. So that's the notation page, okay? And that's not the technique page, but the notation page. Notating music, counting it and singing it. Definitely go there. You'll understand counting way more, way better. So what I did here is just systematically break it down. Okay, if you have one group rudiment, what do you do with it? How can you count it? So I give you some ideas, so you don't have to go somewhere else. You have the ideas right here. So you know, I always tell my students to start with this the count. Whatever meter you have, whatever time signature you have, it tells you how many counts. Like 2 over 4 means 2 counts in the measure, and the quarter note gets the count. 2 counts in the measure, quarter note gets the count. 2 over 8 means 2 counts in the measure, the 8th note gets the count. So look at notation about that. And so you always just want to start out with counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the metronome pulse. Tick, 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 tick. That's what you count off to the band. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the band starts. So I'm going to give it 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Because the one group is just 2 strokes. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm just going to do that. Then go to the next layer underneath quarter note. Underneath the count is 8th note counts. I'm going to say it's 8th note counts, but it could be any kind of count. But at the next layer of counting under numbers is 1 and 2 and. So you're going to see that on the notation page. 1 and. So now I'm subdividing the count, whatever note that is. It could be quarter, 8, whatever it is. I'm going to subdivide that count into 1 and. Binary. 1 and. 1 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. So there you go. 1 and 2 and is 4 notes. So, but we only have 2 notes. 1 and. 1 and. 1 and. 1 and. 1 and. So the next layer of counting underneath that is 3 8th notes, but that's not binary. 1 E 2 E We don't have, that's not binary, so we can't do that. So I'm going to go next layer underneath, 1 E and 1 E and But you could go E and, right? It's just two 16th note counts. Well, 2 16th type of counting. 1 E or E and or 1. So that's the 16th level counting. It's the next layer down counting. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to count it in different ways. And that all depends on the meter, the time signature. So I give you some time signatures, and if you have questions about that, go check out the notation page so you can understand counting. So a two-group combination is a combination of, that's one group and another one group. So you combine those together and you have two groups. Well, that's 4 strokes, right? That's 4 strokes. So how are you going to do that? Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. 1 E and a. Right? And so you can go that 1 E and a. But you can. I said you shouldn't use 1 E, 2 E, triplets, 1 E, 2 E. But really, I teach my students you can. You just have to phrase it. Watch. 1 E, that's just 2 strokes. Now you can go 2. 1 E, 2, E, 3 E, 4. So it's kind of spread out. 1 E, that's your 2 group, 2. But then you're still left with E, E, So it does work in triplet counting. Same thing with 1 E and a. Well, that's great. That works great for 4 notes, right? 1 E and a. But couldn't you use a 3-note counting? 1 E, E, right? 1 E, but you still have 1 stroke left. 2. 1 E, 2. There's 4 strokes. 1 E, 2. Then what do? You could put a rest. 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E. So you could rest the rest of the time and restart. That works for 4 notes, right? No problem. Or if you want to do this phrasing thing, 1 E, 2. There's your 4 strokes. E, 3 E. There's another 4 strokes. You rest on the 1 E, 2 E, 3. 1 E, 1 E, 2 E, 3 E. Excuse me. Just had lunch. So, a little bread crumb down in there. So, you see, I can do 1 E, 2 E, 3 E. There's 2, right? 8 strokes, 4 and 4. And then just rest on the 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, right? Or I can continue on until finally it get back to 1. 1 E, 2, all right? E, 3 E, all right? 4 E, and we're back to 1. So it does work. It just might take 2 or 3 or 4 measures to get back to 1. So that's called, phrasing. You're doing a 4-note phrasing against a 3-note counting. Well, you can do that with all kinds of countings. So don't panic. You can use all kinds of countings. So I have my students literally go down numbers 1 and, 1 E, or 1 da da. I like 1 E because you can keep track instead of 1 da da. Then 1 E and a. And then the next level down is you could do 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's, how do you count that? 1 da 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 da. 1 da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could phrase it in 5s. But you only have 4 strokes. So again, you're going to have a problem. But you can fix it with either rests or just going on until finally you get back to 1. Same thing with 6. 1 E, E, and Well, that's 6 notes. 1 E, E, and or 1 da da and da. So go look at notation on how to count these things. But you can fit 4 in there. 1 E, E, and. There's 4. 1 E, E, and then rest. 1 E, E, and 1 E, E, and 1 E, E, and 1 E, E, and You can do that. Or do that phrasing thing. 1 E, and, there's your 4. 2 E, there's your next 4. E, and, there's your next 4. So it finally worked itself out. So you can do that. So I just have them go down that way. And the idea of meters really things, gets complicated. Then you go to what to do with 3 group combos. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's 3 groups. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, that's 6 notes. You can start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? You can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or go to the one ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 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 Right? Go to triplets. 1 E, 2 E, there's 6, right? 1 E, 2 E, 1 E, 2 E, 1 E, 2 E. Then go to 1 E and a. Wow, you got 1 E and is 4 notes, and you got 6 here. 1 E and 2 E. There's your 6. Then what do? And there's the rest. 1 E, 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and You could do that. Or you can do that phrasing thing. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and Hey, now we're back to a number, which can be 1. 1 E and 2, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and There you go. We did our 6 with a 4-note counting, and you can continue doing this. So you can always use rests, and you can do this phrasing until you finally get back to a number. So I have all my students do that. What do you do with 4 groups? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's 4 groups. It's 8 notes, right? 2 times 4 is 8. Go down through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? That's 8. 1 E, 2 E, that's 6. E, 3 E. Uh-oh. So that's 8. What do? So say 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, And we've done our 8, but we have a rest. But you can get rid of that rest and just keep going until you finally get back to a number. It's really cool. And this will help you with a lot of things. 5 groups. There's that 5. Odd numbers are really wicked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we have 6 strokes. So you're going to have to go 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to have to rest, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Right? Because we have 6 strokes. So that's going to be 1, and you have to rest. 2, 3, 4, 5. Or do that phrasing thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So you might have to write that on a piece of paper to see your strokes and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and it just keeps going on as you do bigger and bigger groups. So I go all the way out to 8 groups. That's 16 strokes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, there's 16. That sounds like 16th notes. That would really be great for 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and There's your 16 strokes. So you have a really big note group. A really big stroke group, right? A bunch of strokes, 16 of them. You could pick out a note group, right? A group of notes that fits that. 1 E, that's 16 notes, 1 E. But you could do 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 16 with 8th note counts. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and, right? There's 8 times 2, 1 and times 2 equals 16. That works. You could do that whole triplet thing. 1 E, 2 E, 3. But 6, you can't divide 16 by 3, right? So you're going to have a problem. You're going to have to put rests in there somewhere or do that phrasing thing. So you get the idea. So I hope this will help you apply your rudiments to different ways of counting. Because then when you see the notes, that's a whole nother step. You go, oh, those notes are counted this way. Because you practice counting that way, you can just sit there and do your rudiment, and you don't get all messed up. You still remember how to do the rudiment and count through it. Right? You're doing the rudiment and you learn how to count, so when you see the notes, you don't go, oh my gosh, how do I play a double paradiddle or a paradiddle diddle? Right, and with all this weird counting, 16ths or 16 note triplets or 8th note, whatever, you've already done it, right? So it's very easy just to translate what you're seeing, the note values, right? Quarters, eighths, 16ths, and whatever meter it is, because you count differently in every single meter. The meter tells you how to count. So go back to notation and learn that. But it's an easy step, because you've already practiced counting. That's why I like counting notation. There's a whole link on counting and singing, how important that is. Now we're going to go on to another part 6 for the next thing, counting evenly and unevenly. So we're going to go on to that. God bless you. Put your ideas and comments down here on the bottom of this YouTube video. And then also out on the page, if that helps other people. That's what it's all about, helping one another. God bless.